Okay, looking back at this haircut, we need to work this a little bit more. It's a little bit higher right here. That's the hard part about leaving a flat top long, super long. It's hard to make it super flat. The shorter you get it, the easier it is to make it flat, but it's a little high here. So I need to work just a little bit more, and I want to go out here and let this haircut go like this. But we're finishing up now, so doing the finishing touches on it. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to work just a little bit. Yeah. If you look at this, you're probably going to see the end of this haircut to start with, but I want to show the finished results of it. Then I'm going to show you how I did it. So you might be flipping on here looking at this video now, so you're seeing the end results of this haircut. I'll show you what I did to get there with it. But when he stood up, I could really see that it was a little bit off. Not much, it was just a fraction, but just enough to keep it being a perfect looking haircut. And I kind of wanted to go have a real nice looking haircut. And didn't want to have no shady deal going on here. I'll make sure it's right. A little something right here. You just got to keep looking at it. I don't know if you got it right or not. It's just not going to do it by itself. Now let me look back through it. I knew when I put this barbershop in to put this clipper up just a little bit higher, this extension, I knew what was going to happen, but I just forgot about it. We had the electricity put in, and it just pulling just a little bit. Keep it out. Now look this way. Look back this way. Got a right good looking flat top there. Thanks for watching, folks. Let me turn this air conditioner off right quick. Get this noise out here. I'm Michael Cassidy. We started this the other day. We didn't get finished with it. It's going to be a flat top. It was kind of late in the afternoon when we started it. And we're going to be doing a flat top on this. This is a little different. Well, actually, we're going to try to do the cut that goes back full. But what happened was just wasn't really long enough to get a good look, so we decided to go back with the flat top. And we're interested in seeing what's going to happen today with this. So, should be fine. I'm going to come in here and finish shaping this out right here. Fix that up. Okay. Real interested to see what we can do with this flat top. I think it's going to turn out real good. When I started cutting hair 33 years ago, you couldn't make a living cutting hair with clippers. We didn't ever cut hair with clippers. Matter of fact, we had them in our case when we first started. Unless you were next to a military base, nobody got a clipper haircut. Everybody got scissor haircuts. That's what a lot of people don't understand now. They see me cut a haircut a little bit longer. They don't understand it. They've been cutting hair 3 years. Everybody's getting flat clipper haircuts now. But back then, we didn't do that whatsoever. We only did scissor haircut. I want to bring this out a little bit. I'll talk to you. We only did scissor haircut, and we didn't do any clipper haircut. Matter of fact, somebody asked me for a buzz. And I said, what's a buzz? I didn't know what a buzz was. When I was a small child, I got a buzz, but I didn't understand what that was. Didn't know anything about a buzz. But I know when I was 3 or 4 years old, I used to go to the barber shop and get a haircut, but everything changed. Everybody started going to the salons getting haircuts. If you want to go to haircut school, you didn't want to go to a school where you had to learn how to use clippers only. You had to learn how to use scissors. And those barber schools were training people, what people don't understand. The barbers were being trained to use scissors then and razor, just like the beauticians were. Matter of fact, I went back and took my methods in trade teaching, what I did back in 1984. I think I'd been in business a few years. Methods in trade teaching. I went back and got my instructor's license and my master hair care specialist barber license, and also did the instructor license. Had students to come through. Somebody asked me, "You sure you're not a beautician with a barber certificate?" Well, I was something before I became a barber, and I asked them people, "What were you before you became a barber?" I learned how to cut hair back in the old days, and so I've had 2 or 3. I've had about 4 students to go through, and at least 2 of them had the very best haircut that day. The instructor that was there checking the haircut said, "You had the best haircut here today." So I must know a little bit about barbering. And when I train a student, we actually let us take them in the shop and train them. And I've had some of them that cut hair as good as I can on some haircuts. They don't know all the haircuts, but there's 1 or 2 of them haircuts they're challenging me on pretty strong. And they have their specialties, and everybody does. And but it kind of gets you when somebody's been cutting hair 3 years, probably, and they ask you, "You sure you're not a beautician with a barber license?" Yeah. When you first started out, you had to learn how to cut hair with scissors. You didn't have a chance of cutting hair with clippers. So I'm gonna try to do something that's gonna look good here today on this thing. I'm gonna start in here. Maybe I didn't run my mouth too long to start with. Let's see what we can do with this flat top. You notice this right here is not bleeding. I actually took this and I faded it on a different video. I don't know if I'll have it on here or not. I faded this like in with a 1 here up to this. So this is actually going to be a little different than we do in the flat tops. It's not actually blending and going to blend here. It's going to go back full. So I'm interested to see what we can get with this. What kind of sharp look we can get. And what it's all about when you do a flat top, you've got to keep whittling on it. You don't get it the first time around. They make you, a lot of people think you can just do it, just come through it and you can get it perfect the first time. It don't work that way. You got to keep working with it. You get it almost to where you want it, then you finish it up. At least that's what I've noticed. I'm going to try 3 in here. We're going to try to leave this a little bit longer on top. Try to stand this up a little bit now, see what we got. That's all. Let me see if this even take anything out in the middle. That's not going to get anything. I need a 2.5 for that. Well, let's get this thing situated. Only thing about cords, if you lay them down, they're gonna tangle up. Got to get this. Let's take this right some of this 2.5. See if we're doing any good here with this. You sleepy, Wayne?
Yeah, I was a little bit sleepy this morning. Kept waking up all night.
I use hairspray a lot because there's no way I can make it stand up without getting something on it to make it stand up. So I can get that fine edge on the flat top. Get down a little bit closer. Nice square hairline. Right in this area, you can actually work right in here. Actually take this off and blend right in this area. You don't want to get up in here taking this off though. And just kind of work right in here, taking this out. Be fine. Get a few bigger blades there now. Oh, yeah, a little bit now. get here and work on this thing and finish it up right quick. With my blue comb. Do a little something in here. Too much. It's a little bit different comb. This is okay to use too. This is not quite as good on short ones, real super short flat tops as the other comb is that I use. But it does pretty good. You notice I'm pulling this down so I'm working. That makes a lot of difference. A little bit of pulling down that I'm doing. I'm getting the edge off of this here, the little things that might be sticking up is actually what I'm doing. Keep it from looking the best it can look. Get that off. Give me a clean brush. Good thing about this flat top, you can do it about any way the patron wants it or you want it. As far as making it look a little different, like we did, left this a lot longer here. Just cut this, we didn't really try to fade this together with this. We're just actually keeping making the haircut look a little better by leaving this longer here. So, do my finishing touches here. I can always look down this haircut and see what I need to do. Always look down at flat top. That super fine flat edge is what you want. And it's going to look good. Better have you some good glasses if you're going to do this haircut too, by the way. If you need glasses, that is. Just about finished. I got them things I told you I'd bring for you out there in the car too.
Thanks, Mark. I appreciate that.
Okay. Might be some more there, but I think I found 2 or 3.
Okay. I appreciate it.
leave it this long, be peculiar right in here, get faded in right here. Actually has to have a place where it breaks off from being no fade to a fade right in here to make it blend. You'll notice. You're gonna leave it that long. Now we didn't try to fade this in with this, you notice we just cut this separate like with a 2 blade, 1.5 blade, something like that. I don't know any other way to make a hair flat top look good besides just finagling with it. Just keeping working with it until you get it just right. Then it looks like something when you finish with it. I don't really there's no other way to do it besides do that.
That looks good.
That turned out good, eh?
It did, it sure did, it looks good.
He's got a good head for a flat top.
Yeah, it did.
Let's look at this thing a little bit closer. Let me pull this off of here.
When you put it in softener.
Yeah, man. I'll get him a woman. He ain't worried about getting married. He stayed single all these years.
That's right.
Ain't worried about getting tied down now, is he?
Buy me a sugar bowl.
Turned out pretty good. That's a little taller type flat top. I might try some more of these. I think that turned out real good by just not, you notice what I'm doing here. It's a separate look, full up through here. Then you got a pretty nice looking square hairline here. Turned out pretty decent.
Jarhead.
Yeah, man. What, you in the military, Marines, Army or something?
Yeah, Marines.
Well, then that haircut, it suits you then, why?
Suits you.
Oh yeah. Leather neck jarhead.
You look down, you can see that it's flat. And you look that way. I said, that's your test. You see if it's flat or not. You got to be able to look down it to cut it both ways. If you do that, then you can, haircut will be right. And you know, I'll probably cut this thing one more time like this and it'll be even a little bit better maybe. Because it hasn't been standing up that much lately. It's been kind of going down, his hair has. So, but we're right there at it. I think it looked pretty good. Okay, I'm pleased with it. Like a 1.5 here, I think we did. Well, this was a 1.5. So, okay, Wayne, I appreciate you so much, bro. Thank you for letting me do it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, looking back at this haircut, we need to work this a little bit more. It's a little bit higher right here. That's the hard part about leaving a flat top long, super long. It's hard to make it super flat. The shorter you get, the easier it is to make it flat, but it's a little high here. So I need to work just a little bit more, and I want to go out here and let this haircut go like this. But we're finishing it up now, so doing the finishing touches on it. I'm going to come in here and I want to work just a little bit. Yeah. If you look at this, you're probably going to see the end of this haircut to start with, but I want to show the finished results of it. Then I'm going to show you how I did it. So you might be flipping on here looking at this video now, so you're seeing the end results of this haircut. I'll show you what I did to get there with it. But when he stood up, I could really see that it was a little bit off. Not much, it was just a fraction, but just enough to keep it being a perfect looking haircut. And I kind of wanted to go have a real nice looking haircut. And didn't want to have no shady deal going on here. I'll make sure it's right. A little something right here. You just got to keep looking at it. I don't know if you got it right or not. It's just not going to do it by itself. Now let me look back through it. I knew when I put this barber shop in to put this clipper up just a little bit higher, this extension. I knew what was gonna happen, but I just forgot about it. We had the electricity put in, it just pulling just a little bit. Keep it out. Now look this way. Look back this way. Okay. Got a right good looking flat top there. Thanks for watching, folks.